Hello everyone and welcome to my video presentation. My name is Medina. The title of my research, the students' perceptions on the use of authentic video materials to enhance listening comprehension. Let me share the content, what you will find in this research. The first, the aim of the research. The second, research questions and the literature review, methodology, data collection, participants, instruments, procedure and the time frame, limitations, results, and of course, conclusion. This study is aimed to describe students' attitudes towards the use of authentic video materials in EFL lessons to improve listening comprehension. The next research questions. The first question is, to what extent are authentic video materials integrated in EFL lessons? The second question is, what are the attitudes of students towards the use of authentic video materials in EFL lessons to improve listening comprehension? So the next part is literature review. In this literature review, some sections will be analyzed to clarify what this research is talking about. These sections are as follows: listening comprehension, authentic materials, authentic videos. And to this literature review, I have studied the works of these researchers. For example, Al-Musallam's work, which is called Using Authentic Material in the Foreign Language Classroom, and his work of Book, which is called The Tasting of Listening in a Second Language, and his work of Dunkel, which is called Using Authentic Materials to Develop Listening Comprehension in the English as a Second Language Classroom. And according to these researchers, I gave the definitions of listening comprehension, authentic materials, authentic videos, and all these researchers agree that students have a positive attitude towards the use of authentic video materials to enhance listening comprehension. So the next part is methodology and the data collection. In order to conduct and achieve the objectives of this study, I used a mixed approach that includes qualitative and quantitative data. The data were collected through interviews and a questionnaire. The purpose of mixed approach is to determine students' perceptions on the use of authentic video materials to enhance listening comprehension by using individual interviews, as this gives accurate results for research purposes, and of course by filling out a structured questionnaire. In this research, 25 foreign languages department students of third year from Süleyman Demirel University were engaged. Before taking part in this research, they were informed in advance about purpose and the stages of this study, as well as they were given by a consent letter. And from these participants, 7 students were asked in an interview that addresses determining their perceptions about authentic video materials. Also, 18 students were asked to respond to a questionnaire that focuses on identifying their opinions about the videos, about, of course, authentic video materials to enhance their listening comprehension. And the next, instruments. For interview, questions for an interview require students' opinions regarding the authentic video materials. The interview is known as a flexible and widely used method, so it helps to look for detailed answers from the different perspectives of the students. And it was written and structured by the researcher. The interview for students was conducted by written form and by audio form. For a questionnaire, I decided to conduct a questionnaire to collect accurate results from the view of students. The questionnaire is conducted online through Google Forms. This online questionnaire creates a safe environment for students because they will not feel pressure from the examiner. Moreover, this online application is not time-consuming. The results are automatically calculated and can be given as graphs and charts, and that are easy to analyze. And the next part, limitations. The interview was conducted online via WhatsApp application due to the current pandemic situation. It was difficult to agree on a time with the students because they had another assignments or tasks. So the next part is the results. This part describes the outcomes of the interview and the questionnaire. So let me share the first qualitative findings. The interview had 6 semi-structured questions. The first question is, from your experience, how do you feel when your teacher used videos during the English class? So to this question, all of the participants answered that they really liked watching video materials, especially in the language learning process. And the next question is, how much time do you spend a week to use authentic video materials in classroom? To this question, one student spends approximately 1 or 2 hours a week to watch the authentic, learn their pronunciation and motivate to learn language. And the third question is, what are your opinions concerning the videos you watched in class? Are they appropriate to your level? And the third question is, what's your opinions concerning the videos you watched in class? Are they appropriate to your level? One student's opinion is that not all the videos are appropriate for students' level, because in some cases teachers use the videos with subtitles and without. And the other 5 students agreed that all videos are appropriate to their level. If the students do not understand, they ask the teacher. And the fourth question is, what problems do you encounter in learning English by using authentic video materials? One of the students had authentic video materials which were really hard to listen and to comprehend the words because of the lack of the vocabulary. Some of the words were spoken very fastly because native speakers speak pretty fastly. And the fifth question is, how would you deal with these problems? One of the students answered that she pauses the video and repeats it again. Even she can more than once repeat these minutes of the video until the speech gets understandable to her. And according to the other student's opinion, she watches the video at home again to understand what the teacher talked about. And the next question is, what are your thoughts on that authentic video materials are beneficial, because without videos and visual aids, the students cannot imagine the sequence of the situation. After watching these videos, the students can easily memorize the content, new information which is given. And for the other students, in the opinion, it's better to watch the authentic videos without subtitles, because when we have subtitles, we will try to read mostly, not to listen. So the next quantitative findings. The first picture below shows data on the students' belief that using video materials as a listening practice is interesting. More than 60% of students strongly agree with this statement, while the rest are neutral. However, 5% of the students disagreed with this statement. As shown in the following picture too, 61% of students need prior instructions before watching the video in language classroom. The next 33% of the students agree that they do not need prior instructions. Above, picture 3 illustrates the effects of watching the video materials in special techniques like silence or freeze frame modes of the students. 50% of students feel the material is more meaningful and it helps to understand the listening section better, while 22% of the students disagree. They think that it's a waste of time, and some of them are neutral. More than 60% of the students think that teachers should regularly practice the video materials in classroom. A small minority, only 4 students, showed disagreement with strongly disagreement towards the statement of the item. Further, the rest, 11% of the students, which means 2 students, had a neutral position towards the teacher's practice in language classroom. According to this statement in the picture 5, 55% of the students disagreed that it is a waste of time, provided calculating both disagree and strongly disagree options. 27% of overall agreement with strongly agreement towards the statement of the item. Further, the rest, 16%, which means 3 students, had a neutral position towards the use of video materials. As it is illustrated in picture 6, just 3 students had some difficulties with understanding the video materials of the viewing techniques. 8 students, they have never had any problem with understanding the video materials of the viewing techniques. Other 7 students have a neutral position. Approximately 60% of the students would like to use videos in language classes. Other about 40% out of 100% of students do not prefer to use videos in the language classes. It means that it's quite boring while using videos in language classes. And the last result was that the response of the students shows 50% of the agreement on the item. I think watching videos helped me to know more about the culture of English speakers, and 22% of students were strongly agreed, and 5% of the students chose a neutral position, while 5.6% of students were strongly disagreed. In conclusion, this current research focuses on the use of authentic video materials in the classroom, was a useful tool, and how it could help with the development of the listening comprehension of students. To summarize all this information, we can say that this research assumes that the use of authentic videos in the classroom to enhance an understanding of the perceptions of English as a foreign language is a very useful tool, since it facilitates students' understanding of authentic videos and provides their target language, which commonly used as an English-speaking country. In addition, using images as an aid to teaching key vocabulary, expressions, and idioms and jargon before showing a video is an excellent strategy in teaching listening when working with authentic videos in the classroom. According to the results, the students' perceptions have a positive impact on the use of authentic video materials to enhance their listening comprehension. And I want to say thank you all of you to your time and for your attention.